people of YouTube. It's me again. I'm sorry I have not stopped in a few months, but at least I'm updating faster than I thought. Anyway, what have I been reading? Ooh, this is a good one. I just finished reading the first book of the Hunger Games series, maybe a month ago, and I never understood what the hype was about it until I read it. It is so good, people. Like, I really like this book. This book was phenomenal from beginning to end. It was like non-stop suspense. Like, I could not put it down. And I can't show you the book because I don't actually possess like an actual copy of that book. It's in my Kindle, which, let me show you my Kindle. Yeah, this is my nice little Kindle. But I did read it on my Kindle, and I loved it. Absolutely adored it. And they're making a movie of it. I forgot when it's coming out. I think it's sometime next year. But I'm sorry. You know how I am, how I ramble. But anyway, the plot basically is about this girl named Katniss. Yes, her name is Katniss. Yeah. And she has gets it's really hard to describe. It's set in this futuristic world, but not too futuristic that they have ridiculous things, okay? Although they do have like hovercrafts and all in the book, and they have weird plastic surgery in the book. I don't want to give any of that away. You got to read that for yourselves because that's just beyond my imagination. But it's set in a futuristic North America, which is not United States or Mexico or Canada anymore. It is now called Panem. Panem is divided into 13 districts. That's how it starts. And the government controls them all. And each district is in charge of a different thing. Like, District 12 is coal mining. Then there's food, like agriculture, and then, you know, like all sorts of different things. It's stuff like that. I'm sorry I can't think of it at the top of my head, but I haven't read it in a while. But it was really good, and I'm on the second one. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. The 13th district decided that they didn't like the way the government was running their nation, so they revolted. I find it very ironic, but the District 13, what they produced was nuclear weapons. That's funny. But I don't know how this happened, but the 13th district was destroyed since they started the revolt. And as punishment to the other districts, they are forced to participate in what is called the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is when they pick a child from, oh god, I can't remember the ages. It's like 12 or some kind of age around there to maybe 17 or 18, maybe. And it has to be a girl and a boy, and they put your name in like a little fishbowl. When they pull your name out, you are forced to participate in the Hunger Games. It's literally, it's like a gladiator game. It's literally fight to the death, and whoever's the first still living is the winner. Everyone else who lost, they're dead. To be just out there, that's how it goes. It's very brutal. I love it though. Whew. And Katniss' sister Prim, her name gets pulled in District 12, which is where they live. And you are allowed, if you are related to the person pulled and you're of age, you are allowed to step in for that person. And Katniss did not want to see Prim go when she's only 12, people, okay? She can't do that kind of stuff. Anyway, Katniss volunteers herself to do it. So, Katniss is paired up with this guy named Peeta. Yeah, the author has some weird names for these people, but they're very unique, so I like the way she thought of that. And Peeta is spelled P-E-E-T-A. Not like the animal protesters. It's with an extra E in there. Anyway, I'm sorry if my video is lagging. I don't mean it to. Peeta and Katniss are thrown into the arena, and this arena changes every year. One time it was a desert. One time it was a rainforest. One time it was ice, like a tundra. Cool, I'm lagging bad. Anyway. It's really bad. I'm sorry, I'm gonna fix that later. And they're thrown into the arena, and the arena just so happens to be not quite a rainforest, but it is foresty, but it still has somewhat of the desert feel to it because it's hot. Oh yeah. And I don't want to give the whole book away, but the first book covers from before the Hunger Games actually start, from when they like actually pull the names of the people, and it goes on to how they prepare for the games, and then there's the actual games, and then they tell you the winner, and then they kind of give you a brief preview of what happens after they win the games, but not too much because the second book does more. I don't want to spoil too much because this one is great. Like, this almost beats out Twilight in my list of favorite books to read ever. And I really like Twilight. Like, and no lie, if I have a urge to read Twilight, I'll literally just grab it off my bookshelf, and I'm sorry, I pronounced bookshelf. It's bookshelf. I'll just tear it off of my bookshelf. I'll put whatever I have aside, and I'll read Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, or Breaking Dawn. Yep. That's sad. But they're so good. Maybe not New Moon. I skipped to New Moon, because New Moon depresses me. Stupid Edward. Anyway, getting off topic. Definitely look up this book. I'm pretty sure the author's name is Suzanne Collins. He's a genius. If you like the romance, there is romance in here. I'm not going to tell you there's a lot, because honestly, there's not a lot. But from what I hear, the other two books make up for it. Not so much the second one, but the third one. I haven't read it yet. Anyway, there's romance in here. There's gore. Like, they describe it pretty gruesomely. Honestly, I love that. That's twisted in a way, but I love it. And I literally cried after reading how some of these people died. These are only kids, maybe my age, okay? And they're forced into arena to kill other kids to stay alive. I find that's, like, mind-boggling in my head. But in the end, it's like, no, I don't find they even deserve to go there. Our government is stupid. Here, now, in this time, and if it happens in the future, they're still stupid. Okay? Anyway. So they got the gore. They got action. Definitely adventure. And I loved it. It has a lot of suspense that you never see coming. Twists and turns. Whew. And that ending. Wow. Great ending. Just great. Not a lot of romance, as I said before, so don't get your hopes up if you're one of those romance freaks, because I was kind of disappointed about the romance, but at least they had some in there, so I was happy about that. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. I'm going to post somewhere on the sidebar the summary, so you can read it, and if people out there have read this book and are watching this video right now, dude, comment. I want to hear your opinion on this book. Whether you liked it, whether you hated it, whether you're excited for the movie or what, you know. And I am currently reading the second book, which is Catching Fire. It's pretty good so far, but it's not as captivating as the first one. From what I hear, it's actually not that exciting either, but you know, it's just something I gotta get through. But please comment if you have any questions for this book. Just comment me. If you have any opinions about the book, comment me. You know, it doesn't matter. If you have a book that you'd like me to read, comment me. And actually, there was a comment I'd gotten before that said I should read a series, but I don't remember what series it was. And I actually had read the series that person had posted, and I did not like the series. Could barely get through the first book. Yeah. So whoever put that up there, that's the answer to your question. But I cannot remember for the life of me what the series was yet. But I'm going to look it up. I shall check y'all later whenever I'm done reading another book. God knows which one it will be. No telling it's gonna... Not promising it's catching fire. So don't get your hopes up on that. But I'm still reading it. It's pretty good. Please read Hunger Games. It's one of the greatest books I've ever read in my whole... I don't want to put how many years I've been born on this earth. On the internet. Although I probably did. It don't matter. I've been living a pretty long time. And this is one of the greatest books that I've ever read in my life on earth. Except for Twilight. Because Twilight's still my favorite. I'm going to shut up now. Bye, people.